Okay.
Such a wild, wild rose.
All right, am I in focus? Fabulous. I think I am in focus. Welcome to this, my year in review for 2020. I'm going to be keeping this video pretty short and sweet so that I don't bore you with all the rehashing of a year that you could just, go back and watch. So I'm going to talk about some notable moments, some lessons, some successes, and then I'm going to look ahead and talk about some goals for the future, as scary as that sounds. You'll notice that there isn't anything about mistakes or regrets on that list. That's not because I don't have them, it's just that I think we can all agree that constructive positivity is what's needed right now. So let's go over the year. I didn't officially launch the channel until March, and I didn't put up a costuming video until April, but the very first video was posted on February 2nd. That was the 60-second video that was part of my submission for the Foundation's Revealed competition. But even before that, I was planning. I had pretty much decided to start the channel in September. I just needed some chutzpah, gumption, spunk, one of those vaguely female coded words that secretly means impudent or defiant. But whatever, I'm taking them back. I gathered my gumption and started planning. And well, you know the rest. The most notable moment for me of 2020 was definitely CocoVid. Everything up until July was pretty much your standard Costube fare for me. I did some sewing and some dress up and had a good time. There were a few of you by then, definitely. About 600 or so. For the life of me, I cannot remember how the idea got started, except for that these things tend to accumulate by a magnitude. Maybe it was Noelle who came up with the idea? She certainly was our driving force once it got going. And suddenly CocoVid was born. At least 138 videos, 23 live streams, 10 hashtags, several Instagram events. We broke the website that was hosting our participation badges. We had over 4,000 participants in the event's Discord server. All of Costube got a huge boost. So many of you found so many more of us than before. I had this insane idea to produce 4 videos, one for each day of the weekend, beginning a trend of overshooting my capabilities that would last the rest of the year. I also had the good fortune to moderate a live stream on SnappyDragon's channel about disability and costuming. Link in the card above. And I also hosted the Sunday Undies Instagram event. I was exhausted by the end of the weekend, but also by the end of the weekend, there were 1,400 of you, and that number just kept going up. As I typed this, we were 37 short of 5,000. We're currently about 6 short. I think definitely by the end of today, by the end of the year, we'll have hit 5,000 subscribers, and that's, wow. Yeah, I don't know what to say to you folks. Thank you so much. The long shot goal I had for my 1-year anniversary on YouTube was for this to become a self-sustaining hobby, and I think we're gonna get there. At this moment, I'm even daring to hope for a little bit more. I've learned so many things, but the one that I'm most proud of, I think, is figuring out the buttonhole function on my sewing machine. Shout out to Lady Rebecca Fashions for spending a lot of time with me on video chat trying to get that to work. She was a trooper. One thing that I feel I really accomplished, as if all of the above didn't count as an accomplishment, I think I'll have to go with the obvious and say my robe à l'anglaise. Remember when I said it seems to be one of the more straightforward patterns from the era? Yeah, no. On the American Duchess channel, they discuss how fiddly and difficult this gown is, especially the back pleats, which I can 100% confirm. They also talk about how much simpler the robe à la française and the round gowns are. My naive little head assumed that the first chapter of the American Duchess book was meant to be the easiest. No, you sweet, simple child. It was in chronological order. Not only did I do it though, but I did it by hand. Like, it's the dead of winter right now, and even though I don't put on the full gown all that often, I use the 2 petticoats, the mock-up and the final, all the time, just around the house, because wearing an 18th century wool petticoat is like carrying around a cozy blanket around your waist. Yeah, 100% A+ would recommend. Okay, now, scary as it is, let's look forward a little bit. Something I'd like to learn. I actually have 2 different answers for this from 2 different sides of Costube. From the costuming side, I'd like to develop some better embellishment techniques and skills. I'm terribly impatient when it comes to embellishments, and I usually only add them to disguise slightly sloppy finishing. It would be nice for once to have embellishments that I could properly show off. For the YouTube side of things, I really want to stretch my skills as a photographer and filmmaker. I'm almost entirely self-taught through online courses and tutorials, and I'd like to keep growing in that way and produce some really high-quality footage in 2021. Incidentally, looking back on footage, it's occurring to me that another goal might be to settle on a proper talking head filming space. Granted, we reorganized the house a few times this year, but still, maybe I should settle on one, eh? And finally, something I'd like to accomplish. Okay, so the real answer is a secret. I can't tell you yet, but I'm thinking of some stuff. The less secret answer is that I would like to produce at least one whole garment, if not a whole ensemble, for every century of the early modern period, and every decade of the modern period. This isn't necessarily a 2021 goal, just a future goal generally, but I think it sounds really fun. Now for a little bit of business at the end of this video. Costuming is the focus of this channel, and I would like it to stay that way. But as you may have been able to detect, I really enjoy literature and social history as well. In 2021, along with the costume sewing I've been creating, I'm also going to be bringing some of those passions in as well. Some chat, some literature, lots of radical liberal ideas, and maybe just a touch of queer and feminist history. I promise the costuming isn't going anywhere, and in fact it will probably integrate pretty deeply into these other things. But I'm a multifaceted personality, and I'm excited in 2021 to show you some of these new and interesting things. For the time being, I will still be uploading every other Saturday, but if I am very organized and responsible, maybe we might be able to make it every Saturday eventually. Fingers crossed. I'm so grateful to have you all here. Thank you so much again. This year was garbage in so many ways, and I'm glad that in an act of pure fearlessness, we still managed to do some beautiful things together. The incomparable Dandy Wellington made a lovely post today about the unwavering tenacity of the creative mind. It put me in mind of an Alfred Lord Tennyson poem, which, though it might be slightly hackneyed at this stage, I think still speaks truth to this insatiable thirst for the horizon. There lies the port, the vessel puffs her sail, there gloom the dark broad seas. My mariners, souls that have toiled and wrought and thought with me, that ever with a frolic welcome took the thunder and the sunshine, and opposed free hearts, free foreheads. You and I are old. Old age hath yet his honor and his toil, death closes all, but something ere the end, some work of noble note may yet be done, not unbecoming men that strove with gods. The light begin to twinkle from the rocks, the long day wanes, the slow moon climbs, the deep moans round with many voices. Come, my friends, 'tis not too late to seek a newer world. Push off, and sitting well in order smite the sounding furrows, for my purpose holds to sail beyond the sunset, and the baths of all the western stars until I die. It may be that the gulfs will wash us down, it may be that we shall touch the happy isles, and see the great Achilles whom we knew. Though much is taken, much abides, and though we are not now that strength which in old days moved earth and heaven, that which we are, one equal temper of heroic hearts, made weak by time and fate, but strong in will, to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. Now to see you into 2021, here's a little montage of the silly bits, just for you. Happy New Year. August the 2nd. Crap! What are you doing? Are you filming? This is so weird. No. What did you do? Okay. Does it still have the little red circle saying that it's recording? Okay, I'm sorry. I have to record today, BB. It's okay. Hi, I'm Liz. This is... Oh, we got a visitor. Hi, Goob. Yes, hi, gorgeous. Okay, if you're gonna stay, you gotta be quiet. Yes, you're giving Mommy a nice opportunity to have some tea. Thank you very much. That's a tripod. Be nice to Mommy's tripod. This whole time. Holy f***. Shit. So, I was not recording for almost any of that last half. Okay. So oh, I lost the cover for the mic somewhere. Yep, down the corset. Yep, definitely. Good job, Liz. Okay, so, hi. How can I not say these words? Oh, goodness me. I am so pale. All right. So this is why people who were rich were the people who went to balls, because they had else to do. So they could spend 4 hours getting fitted into things. Do you like my ludicrous faux eyelets that I did with like 7 different decorative stitches on my sewing machine? Because I could be fucked about doing eyelets at that stage. I was just like, it's just gotta be good enough. It's gotta be able to take the weight. They don't have to be pretty, they're gonna be hidden by the tool. And yet they tighten up all the way. It's gonna feel like you're tightening it too tight, you're not. They close all the way. Yeah, I know. Like, I swear, the corset mount, I am miles beneath the surface of this thing. Yes, I would not have believed when I started that it could have been done up. I know, it seems insane. When I was doing it on my mannequin, I was like, oh god, it's gonna be too small, and they would always fit, and I was like, okay, cool. Incidentally, this corset gives me a, like, give or take 4-inch waist reduction. I cannot feel it. Like, I don't feel like it's, like, obviously it feels tight, but it feels tight in the way a hug feels tight. Yeah. It doesn't feel tight in the way, like, I can breathe. Yeah. I'm perfectly happy.